they just dropped a huge buff for Serum. There's so many new features, knobs, things going on. So with all the new features in this Serum buff, there's a lot to go over. So I'm going to be taking time out of my day every single day to make tutorials, to walk everyone through what's going on, what these things are doing, and then help you do some sound design. If you've been in casual before with Serum, and you want to go pro with your sound design, that's my goal, and I'm here to help you do the same thing. So I'm going to be clicking knobs, walking you through what things do. I'll be making sounds of my own and walking you through how I made those sounds. So stick with us. Let's start learning. All right, just getting into it. So you see we now have an oscillator C, A, B, and C. They added an oscillator. Wavetable is what you typically expect out of Serum. All the same features. You choose your wavetable, your position, whatnot. So the multi-sample uses multiple recordings or samples of instruments and other sound generators across various notes and dynamic ranges. Now you'll select your wavetable just like you would for anything else. So we're going to pick this choir. Very cool. Then let's find like a piano, I'd say, or maybe like some kind of synth. It's really loud. So the multi-sample is using multiple samples. Just like if you were to take a recorded live piano, you're going to record every note in that piano and then build those samples into a plugin that emulates what you played. That's basically what the multi-sample is. It takes multiple instruments. Alright, now we'll check out this sample mode. This is really great to throw in your own samples and manipulate things. I find it really powerful for like the non-tonal things, these drum loops. Very cool stuff. Just a drip noise. You might be thinking, okay, cool, like I can just drag and drop samples into my DAW anyways, why would I build these drums out? So if you find your drum samples and you're building things, now you have the power of Serum, your LFOs, your filtering. You can basically take your drum samples, your beats, your loops, whatever you want, and manipulate them further into full-fledged sounds, or just, EQ, filter, add some effects, and it's kind of an all-in-the-box thing, and then you write your notes out in MIDI. Now it's like reversing it for you. Reversing it faster. You can choose when your loop starts and when your loop ends. You have different features like this, so now you can just loop that note. So now it's reversing and then looping your sample. Now we're just adding a tail to that loop. And of course, when you're scanning, so your scan rate sets the speed and the direction of the sample playback. So not only can you tell it how you want it to play, but you can set this speed and get completely different ideas. So next we'll select our granular, and the granular layer stretches, rearranges, and modulates tiny sound fragments called grains to create new sound textures. Once again, we can set how we want the sample to be played out. We'll have to get into all these knobs later in a more granular sound design specific video. For now, I'm just trying to go through basically what these things are and get your brain kind of cooking, you know, all those creative sauces flowing. You're like, oh, look at all these little buttons. Now we have all these different things we can select for our wavetable. Then the spectral. So next we're on our spectral. It manipulates sound by analyzing and resynthesizing the frequency spectrum, creating new sounds with independent control over time and pitch. Very interesting. That's pretty much it for these. Next time you get a chance to mess around with Serum, check out these different wavetables and just kind of figure out some different things you can do. So we're just kind of scratching the surface of this new Serum buff, but pretty cool these sound generation options they've added in here. Gives you a lot more things to do.